Okay, y'all, my followers have probably watched my testimony, and that is probably why you follow me for my testimony. But I just have to say, I'm in my car and I just had a really insane moment. So, me and my daughters, we went to eat pizza, and then I was like, well, I'll go to the bank after this and get some money, and we'll go to Dollar Tree, and y'all can get a toy, and we'll get a toy for your brother. And now we're waiting in the car line. But when we went to Dollar Tree, I walked in and I'm just looking around and I feel the Holy Spirit right now. Wow. And there's a section where they have a bunch of books. And I've never been to a Dollar Tree that had this many books. But this book right here, Chasing Heaven, okay, just happened to be like standing straight up. It was the only one there. And it was standing straight up. Like Samantha picked me up. So I grabbed it, and I'm going to read just this first little part of this. Hold on, guys. This first little part of this introduction. And if you know my testimony, you know that like I came from living in the world. I was a dancer and God pulled me out of it and all this stuff. And I told my husband when I got this book, I said it was like God pointed me there for that book. Like that was really the whole reason I was there, that divine appointment. And so when I read this first little part, my mind was just shook. Like I was like, confirmation that this book was for me, because nowhere on the back part where like it has a little like summary or anything, it doesn't say anything about like a strip club or anything like that. But I kid you not, this is the introduction, and like this is how clear God will speak to you like when you really need him. So it says, 5 years after I died, I found myself standing on a filthy sidewalk of a desolate street in the worst part of town in the dead of night on my way into a strip club. Now, let me just start by saying this lady, she had an encounter where she died, like a near-death experience for like 7 minutes or something. So that's what she's talking about there. Hey, church ladies, an absolute giant of a man dressed in all black said to me and another woman as we stepped out of a van in front of the club, "What you got for me tonight?" While he spoke to us, he ran a metal detector up and down the legs of men waiting to get into the club, checking them for guns and knives. I looked down at the small paper bag in my shaking hands. It was filled with cookies. With a plastered-on smile and my heart pounding in my chest, I offered the bag to him. "Oh, chocolate chip," he said, "my favorite." Then he waved us inside. As I walked through the door, everything hit me all at once. The strong smell of smoke, the thumping, jarring music, the dollar bills and bottles of liquor on the tables. The men, young and old, and in between, eager to spend their money. I swallowed hard. This was no place I should have ever been. I was a wife and a mother and a school teacher, and I lived in a small suburban town smack dab in the middle of the country. Waiting for me back at home were my precious twins, Micah and Willow, not yet 6 years old. I also had two teenage children who knew me as the woman who pestered them to clean up their rooms, not a woman who had to be searched for weapons by a bouncer. So how in the world did I end up here? I was there because, through tears of desperation one dark night, I called out to God, "Break my heart for what breaks yours." And God did.
Mommy, I have to pee.
Okay, Kalia. All right, hold on just a second. But this was literally no coincidence. Y'all, like, there is no coincidences. I'm more than sure of that at this point in my life. But, y'all, I haven't even dove any further, because I literally just, that one little part, I was like, that was my confirmation, and just, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I've asked God to break my heart for what breaks his many a times. So, y'all, I don't know. It was just a quick little video. I just had to tell y'all how God just spoke to me about getting this book. Like, sometimes you just need to listen to that voice. Sometimes you don't even recognize it as God, and it's God. So, yeah, guys. All right. Hope you guys have a great Wednesday.